got a problem. Dead. Yeah. Toast. It is really early in the morning. I'm super tired, way above what I usually get up at, but we gotta fix this. At least just diagnose the problem today and see exactly what failed. So what happened? I had this bike going quick, real quick. So if you've been following this build, you know that I bored out the motor, I swapped the crank in there, I built the entire intake system, I put a pipe. As of tuning, I did the carburetor, I jetted everything out, made sure everything was correct. But that's it, that's about it. I never touched the transmission or the gears yet, but I decided to. When I first got this pipe, the pipe came with some 3.5 gram rollers. The stock rollers are about 5 grams. I haven't weighed them yet, but that's what I'm assuming they are. They feel like it, they look like it. So out of curiosity and boredom and sick and tired of it bogging down, I'm like, hey, let's just throw in those rollers that Leo Vents gave me because that's what's supposed to go with this pipe. So I threw them in there. As you seen from the video, that thing ripped. I mean, it got right up to the RPM immediately, no hesitation, no slack, and this thing was fast. 0 to 40 was about in 8 seconds, and the top speed still hit 60 mile an hour, so I just ran with it. Yeah, this thing, dude, the revs, you can hear the engine revving so much higher now. Make a top speed run though. And I ran it with that setup for about 2 days. After work, I was taking this bike home one night, and when I was riding down the street, I heard this horrible rattling sound. I've never heard that sound before, but where I heard it coming from was actually this pipe over here. It did not come from the motor, and I contest to that to this day. But so I'm like, all right, let me pull over and see what's rattling around. It's probably a loose bolt, no big deal. So I pull over, and when I come to a stop, this motor just ever so gently went and stopped. I went to go start it up again. It did start, but obviously it wasn't happy. You know, it hesitated, whop, 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 whop. But it did start one more time. But when I gave it throttle, it, Mountain Dew burp, it just made that, and it just died. It's hard to reenact the sound of it, but you get the picture. It died out, man. So it don't work. Now, at this point right now, there is some compression left still. Yes, it has spark. Yes, it has air. Yes, it has fuel. Everything is according to how it's supposed to be. And the motor does turn over. So that's a good thing. One, it's not locked up. Two, when I spin it, it still has some compression. So it's not completely freely loose. Those are all good signs. But enough talking, man, because I just want to dig into this motor. The curiosity's been killing me. Let's see what happened. The top end is coming apart. Luckily, 2 strokes are really easy to build. I love that. Just take the head off, take the jug off, and you're good to go. But we got to get off the spark plug cap and the pipe and all that stuff. So let's just get right into it. All right, the moment of truth, boys. I haven't taken this head off this motor since I built this thing. Let's see what's what. There she goes. Oh, yeah, hell yeah. Look at that. That's a toast head. Damn, something was rattling around in the top of my motor. Yeah, this thing's through. I haven't even seen the piston yet. That's what all that rattling was. Something was rattling around in my motor. Shit. I hope this is good because I have that extra head laying around, remember? But I don't want to use it. How's the jug? Shit. Yeah, I don't know if I'm holding the camera angle right, but there's a deep gouge in the side of that jug right there. Dang, something got loose. I probably blew my crank out. This is the worst case scenario. Yeah, this thing is unusable. There goes a Polini Corsa motor right there. Shit. Alright, how's the piston? I don't even know why I'm looking. Hell yeah, this thing is toast. Ah, man. Yep. So I need a new top end. Oh, what flew apart though, man? Because this thing is wiggling around like crazy. So there's not supposed to be that much play in your piston at all. Pull this thing out. I'm not even being gentle with it. So some wrist pins from the bearing just fell out when I knocked that out of there. It seems like a piece of it is stuck in the top of the piston. I'll show you. Seems like the bearing blew out. That's what it looks like. Oh man. All right. Well, maybe just from beating on it, but these things blew out everywhere. Straight holes through it. Here's the damage. Here we go. Oh, it's stuck right in the top too. Look at that. Oh, this is a sad sight to see. So this thing came loose. One of those wrist pins from the side of this came out and just was banging around in the top of my piston. I was trying to be wrong, but I was right. That rattling was this, and it is just lodged in there. The piston ring broke in half. I mean, oh yeah, it doesn't matter. This is complete failure. Shit. But you know what? The crank is actually still good. There's a tiny bit of play left and right like that, but that's normal. But there's no play forward and back like that. So say what you want, but this Naraku crank did not fail. The cheapest part that I put in this motor, this Naraku crank, this didn't fail. This just got hit by this piece of shit, blew apart a pin and sent it through the top of my motor. That was the ultimate failure. All right, at least there's some salvageable parts though. Not too bad. So you already know the deal, but yeah, this thing is absolutely toast. The only damage I haven't shown is, and I was really hoping this was salvageable, but it is not. Where is it at? Yeah. So if you look right there, yeah, you see that deep gouge right in the side like that? Everything else is still intact, which is really a shame. But yeah, that deep, ah man, this hurts my feelings. Toast, 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 toast. New top end, that's the solution. So that's that. At least the crank is still good though. That means I don't have to pull the motor out and split it in half and get all that, blah, blah, blah. Top end is easy to build. It's just buying a new one and putting it in there and doing all that over again. So lesson learned, 3.5 gram rollers are not friendly on these freaking wrist pin, whatever, needle bearings. Not good. So I definitely won't run that when I get this thing rebuilt. And it is being rebuilt. I love this thing too much. Yeah, it's the end of the season. Like, it's gonna get cold Saturday. This Saturday is gonna start the temperature of 30, 40 degrees and declining from there. But it's gonna give me something to do. Rebuild is happening. I didn't think I'd ever be saying this. Man, you learn a lesson. So, you know, it's not horrible. You know, I'm just grateful that two-strokes is easy to build, and I know what not to do next time. So here we go. That was fun. This thing's still gonna be a unit. And you know what? We'll dial in those little things around the motor that I really didn't do before. Not big things, but I'm gonna take this as an opportunity to replace things and get everything perfectly dialed in to be an absolute unit once again. So that's that. Thank you for watching. This is what it is. Rebuild is happening. Till next time, guys.